Hi, Bill. Well, let's see how this works. Um, so I'm going to go through a couple of things, and then you can follow on the screen. So the first thing I'm going to do is some setup work. So you go down here to the little file folder in the bottom of the screen, click on it, and it comes up. I'm going to move it to the center, and it has a whole bunch of stuff here. So if we go to Documents, and then over here somewhere, right click, and it will let you scroll down to New, and then we want Folder. So it gives me a new folder. So in this one I'm going to put STL files, and then click over here. No, not that. Just click over here, and so now you've got a new folder. What I have done is I did one for STL files and one for G-code files, and that really helps later on. So now we got these new file folders for those two types of files. Okay, now we're going to go, and I'm going to bring up Cura. Just in Google search, and we just click on Ultimaker Cura, and then just scroll down, and it says download for free. Click on that. Okay, and it asks you a question here. You're going to use it for personal projects. An area of interest, I just put model making, and then select your main printer, come down here, it's an other, and then in here you put Creality Ender 3, and then I just put concept models, it doesn't really matter, and the country all the way down here to the United States. Put in my name and my email, and then I download it. So after it's downloaded, there'll be a little thing down in the corner here that says Ultimaker Cura. Well, you just click on that, or double click on it. Oh, it's still downloading, that's why. Okay, it's telling me it's got 8 seconds to go. So we'll wait for that to download. Okay, and it's opening it. So we get a, do you want this program to make changes to your computer? Yes. And then it says, do you want to install the old version? Well, this is because I've got an old version on here, so I'm going to say yes. Okay, and then it gives you where it's going to uninstall the old one. You probably won't have to go through this because it'll just be the first time you do it. Okay. Okay, so then we close that, and now it says welcome to the setup wizard. We hit next, and then we agree to their privacy terms, and then say it's where it's saving it. We don't care. And it says select start menu in which folder you'd like to create the program shortcuts. Just hit next, and then just do what they suggest for programs to install. Now it's installing it. This may take a couple minutes, and then again it may not. Sorry, I can't speed this up. Okay, so now it says finished, so we hit the finish button. That's some background in my computer. This says Windows Firewall has blocked some features of this program. I'm going to say allow access because it's good software. And what it did is it brought up Cura in another user agreement. So now we want to add a printer. So we're gonna, there's none in here. So I'm gonna go to Other, and I'm gonna go to Creality Ender 3, and we're gonna add that printer. Cura collects, okay, that's nothing. So now we've got Cura set up with Creality Ender 3 is the printer. This is the material that I've chosen to print. Normal draft, 0.2 of a millimeter, 20% fill. Don't worry about these. And over here is a little file folder. You click on that, and then we can go to the STL files. And it says I don't have anything in there. We're going to try over here. And there I have all these STL files. So I'll click on one. Let's call this Nautilus gear. I'll highlight that. Go down to Open. And there it is. And you can, if you hold down the right mouse click, you can turn it around just like Tinkercad. And you can zoom in, but it's all there. There's the title, and once we know we got the right material, the resolution we want, and the infill we want, we hit slice. It takes a couple seconds, and it says this is going to take about 31 minutes to print, and it's going to use 4 grams or 1.4 meters of filament. So then we're going to save that file, and I'm going to save it in G-code, my G-code file folder. So I went over here and found G-code, then it comes up, it says my documents G-code, and you save it. And then it asks you, do you want to open that folder? So we'll open that folder, and the file is in there. What I do is I click on this date modified, because that puts everything in date mode, so that the latest thing you did is at the top here, and there's the Nautilus gear that I just downloaded, and it's a G-code, so that can go right into the machine. So if I want to put that in the machine, I put the SD card into the little holder, click it into the computer, the USB port, well, I don't have one here, but what you do is click it, put it into the USB port, and then that will show up down here, probably as drive F or something like that. It'll say removable memory drive F, and then when you want to use one of these, you just hold your finger down on it and click, and then put it over here until it's highlighted on the drive F that's there. Okay, so that's Cura. So the next thing, let's do a little walk around on Thingiverse. So here's Thingiverse. You've been on there before. Up here I'm going to say explore things, and it has all these things to look at. So say I want to print let's find something easy here. So say I want to print this. So I click on it, and it gives me a picture, and it gives me some pictures of the printed part. Down here is a summary. Sometimes they'll have a lot of details, sometimes they won't have any. But then I say, if I want to print that, I download all files. Now this is where you got hung up before. It's not Dropbox or anything like that. You'll notice that right down here again is an indicator that something was downloaded. So we double click on that, and then it comes up, customized car wheel. And under the files, we double click on files, and there's the wheel cap. So, and it's an STL file. So what Cura will do, now that we've got Cura set up, you click on that, double click on it. There we go. And Cura pops up. And there's the part. That's nothing. So there's the part. We check the material. We check these settings. They're just the normal settings. And then we slice. And that says it's going to take 1 hour and 42 minutes and use 16 grams of filament. So we save that to a file, and it knows the last time I put it in a G-code file, so that's what it brings up. So I just say save, and now it's in my G-code file. We can look at it says open the folder. There it is, my documents, G-code, and there's the wheel cap right there. Okay, I'm going to close these off, and the next thing we'll do is play with Tinkercad. I've got it up here on my toolbar. So here's Tinkercad. It's already signed me in, but if it hasn't, you sign in with your email and your password that you put in when you originally logged on to Tinkercad. And then here's all the different stuff that I've designed and printed. I've got about 7 pages of stuff. So I can either create a new design, or I can tinker this one. Like, I just clicked on tinker this, and here it came up. And once you've got a design like this that you've done in Tinkercad, you know, I can put a block out here and you know, make a little block out of it or whatever. One thing I found that's real interesting is when you click on here, you click on the dimension box, and I can put what dimension I want that to be. And the same with this one. And it makes that dimension what you input there. When we go to this view, you'll see this gives you the height. So I can move the height. This lets me rotate it. And say you rotated it like that and that's not what you wanted. Go up here, and this is undo. So it undoes what you just did. And then the little black arrow here raises or lowers it on the build plate. And this tells you how far up you are from the build plate or how far below it you are. Then when you got your design all done, you hit export. And in this case, I want everything in the design, and I want to make it an STL file. So I click there, and once again, down here, it shows me that it has done something. I right click on that, and say show in folder, and it has it in downloads. Well, I don't want it in downloads. I want it in my ST files. So click and hold, drag it up here, and it says move to new folder. And the name is wrong on that, but it's my STL files. So now when I open up that, there's the cable clip that I just did. So then you can take that and move that down here into your removable drive when you got your SD card connected up. That's about it. Oh, you can also import things to Tinkercad. So I'm going to go to import. I'm going to choose a file, and here it came up with this new folder. I'm going to go to STL files, double click. Well, that's what it says it is. Okay. So here's the cable click. I can click on that and say open, and then it asks me, do I really want to do this? And I say yes, import it, and there it is. In fact, there it is twice because I didn't close the last one, so I've got 2 copies of it now. The other interesting thing is to copy. You click on the object, you go up here to duplicate, click on that, and then it made another one right here. So if I move this, now I've got 2 boxes. And then if I want this box, hold the shift key down and hit this one. Now it's highlighted both of these. So I can go up here and align, and then these dots. Okay, so I'm going to align those 2 boxes so their centers are lined up here. I don't want to do this one because that'll move them both into the middle. And then once I've done that, I can also go over here and hit group, and so now those will be considered one piece, and they'll move around as one piece. So just a couple of tricks there. Anyway, that's all I have for now. I hope this helps. I hope you can understand it. Give me a call if you have any problems.